So I wanted to give you all just a overview of the new store audit page, and what this data means and how you can use it to optimize your store. So if you haven't discovered it yet, store audit's up here in the top right corner. If you click store audit, you'll see all your store information if you've entered your store URL. If you haven't, you'll see a little box. You can enter in the store URL, and then the process will start and update weekly. So, like I said, your store information will update weekly, which means that I will, pull the number of products you have at your store and all the information about the number of bundles, the number of keywords associated with each of your titles, and your ranking, your first page rankings, all that information. I want to make note that the ranking data that I'm using currently is updated once a week. So if you go to TPT right now and you see your product on page 1, you might not see that in your store results right now. And that's because the ranking data might have been pulled a few days earlier than the current day. I'm trying to increase that. So ranking data will be updated weekly. So you'll get the freshest rank when your store refreshes. But I just want you to understand that there is going to be a slight difference of when your store is updated, when I have the ranking data, and what's currently on TPT right now. So with that in mind, we'll go through each of these sections. So your number of products, that's pretty self-explanatory. If you scroll down, you'll also see your product and total keyword coverage. And here you can toggle these on and off. But if you want to just toggle on product count, you can see a week over week product count for your store. So if you're adding products, you'll see that number go up, hopefully. Next, we have the number of bundles, products that are in bundles, and products that are not in bundles. So you add these all up, you'll get your 24 products. So we have our bundles, and then how many of your products are within those 3 bundles in this example, and then how many products are not a bundle and are not in bundles. So that's 9. For this store, I have 400 found keywords. And that means for every single product I have, think about it like the title analyzer. How many keywords are found for each of your titles? So when I add those all up, there's 400 keywords found for the titles in my store. The next one is ranking. So of those 400, how many do I rank for on the first 5 pages? So we really look at the first 5 pages just for, that's where you're going to make the most money. That's where you're going to get the most visibility. So that's why we're looking at the first 5 pages. So of those 400, how many am I ranking for in the first 5 pages? So that's 73. And then the next one is how many first page rankings. So obviously, the more keywords you're ranking for, the more first page rankings you're getting, the better your store is going to do, and the more visibility your products are going to get. If you want to go down here, we have first, second, and third page rankings and total ranking keywords. So you can see if I turn these off, you have that 73 number here. And now if I just want to look at these 3, you can see the change over time. So last week I was ranking for 22 first page rankings, and now it's down to 20. So you can see just the change. You can see that these went up. So the rankings changed from first page to second page. So that's how you would I think of this more of a like health metric. Like, are these numbers moving up? You want your store to grow. You want your visibility to improve. So you want to always be adding keywords, adding overall rankings on those first 5 pages, and adding first page rankings if you can. You can do this through optimization of your current products, or you can do this by adding new products. So if you're adding new products, you're naturally going to see these numbers increase. But if you're optimizing, you might see them increase as well. Okay. The next section is the store analysis section. The store analysis section is going to give you some action items. So we'll go through each one of these. So the first one is the number of unbundled products. We all know that TPT has a built-in upsell feature, and that's with their bundles. You can see in the search results when products are in bundles. You can see bundles in the search results and what products are included in those bundles. on the individual product page, it's on now on the right-hand side, you can see what individual products are included in bundles, and on product pages, you can see which bundles the product is included on. So TPT gives customers lots of ways to find your products. And one of the ways is when your products are in bundles. So it behooves us to add our products in bundles to help them become more discoverable. So the first piece is the number of unbundled products. So you might want to think about creating a new bundle for these products, or you might want to think about adding these into an existing bundle. So if you click down here, you'll get a list of all the products. The next piece in the analysis is the number of products with titles less than 55 characters. So customers find our products by entering keywords into the search bar. And when our titles have those keywords, we get found. So the more keywords we have in our titles, the more options and ways customers can find us. So we want to make sure that we're utilizing as many of those 80 characters that TPT gives us to describe our product. In this case, I don't have any, but I do have some shorter ones that if you scroll down, you'll see are in orange. And if they're under 55, they'll show up in red. But you can see that if I had those, I would add some new keywords. You could use the title analyzer tool to really see what keywords are best and really maximize the number of low and super low competition keywords in your titles. The next piece of analysis are number of products not ranking for any keyword. So I have 3 of those. And this means that my titles have keywords that are too competitive for me right now. So they have keywords, but I'm not ranking in the first 5 pages for any of them. So for this section, these products, I'm going to try to maybe think about different keywords I can include, switch them out, and test to see where I might be able to start ranking for some alternate keywords. Now, I will kind of put a caveat in here because these are seasonal. As you can see, I have Christmas, and I do have Catholic Saints, which really does trend up in the November time frame during All Saints Day. These might rank during that time, but as of right now, they're not ranking at all. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at seasonal keywords, or they might drop. But if you do have evergreen, less, holiday related products, you definitely want to try to optimize those titles to get them visible. And the last section is number of products not ranking for any keywords on the first 3 pages. So it'll be kind of similar. So we have 3 here. They're not ranking for anything. There's 8 that aren't ranking in the first 3 pages. So when I click here, again, those same 3 that show up in the previous, but the rest also I would want to optimize to make sure that they are more visible year round. Again, if you look here, I have Epiphany. That's in January. That's very seasonal. So it might not pertain to this right now, but still, if people put in Epiphany, I want to show up first. So I'll probably add some additional keywords to hopefully rank for these products. After that, you're going to see your product by product breakdown. So we have a summary for the current week, and then a quick view of what the changes from the previous week. If you want to see your week over week view and the actual counts, you can click this down caret, and you will see each week and the number of keywords for each. So you can quickly hide that. And then the next icon will give you the breakdown by keyword that was found week over week. So you can see, okay, I lost 2 keywords here. So what are those keywords? So it was Christian Easter and Easy Easter Craft. Wow, that went from 12 to not ranking at all. So you can see where those keywords might fall off, and where you're gaining positions and maybe losing positions to help your optimization efforts. So how I would use this section is really finding maybe a product. So this one is a good example because I lost 2 keywords and I lost a first page ranking that completely fell off entirely. So what I would do is maybe look at this. Is there anything I should do now? Is this a seasonal product or an evergreen product that I really shouldn't be losing that many rankings for? In this case, it's a very seasonal holiday Easter product. So I'm probably not going to worry too much about that right now. Maybe I'll address it as we get closer to that season. But really, I would go product by product and just seeing if there's anything drastically different week over week that I can address. I'm also going to, address these number of products that are not ranking, see anything that doesn't have anything on first or second pages, and really just use this as a guide to see what products can I optimize a little bit better to get them seen more. So one of the things that obviously this doesn't include is how much money you're making on each of your products. So before you optimize, get a good idea of what your views and what your sales are on for each of the products. You want to make sure that your optimization efforts are increasing those views and increasing those sales. While the keywords, you might include more keywords, some keywords just might not convert the same, or some keywords might not drive as many sales. So you want to make sure that your optimization efforts are also equaling views and sales. So that's the store summary. That's how I would use it. I'd love to know your feedback. I'd love to know if anyone is seeing some success or if you're having some trouble with any part of the store audit. So just shoot me an email, Colleen@SellerSpy.co, and I will talk to you guys all soon.